to this episode of Two Angry Black Men. This is Black Onyx, and this is Violence. And he's going to tell you why he's angry.
Oh, okay. So I want to start by saying that I am freaking angry today, but I'm also extremely exhausted. So I may not be as animatedly or loudly angry as I'd like to be, but just know that my anger is real. It's the stunted, because I'm old, which is my first point. I'm angry that I'm old. Not that I'm old, because like I get that the alternative to growing old is dying, and I really don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, the thing that I'm upset about is the shit that happens to your body as you get old. I'm just it so here I'm gonna give you a story. It's a long story, but sit back and listen with me. So the other day I ate a piece of chicken that was sitting on the counter for probably longer than it should have been. But it was a piece of
Okay.
fried chicken. And I remember a day when I would pull a taco out from underneath the seat of my car. And I don't remember the last time I ate Taco Bell, but I would eat that fucking taco and be just fine working on the back of the garbage truck the rest of that day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I ate that piece of chicken, but my old ass couldn't handle it. So I started vomiting. And I vomited a
Damn.
whole lot, for a long time. I vomited so much that I hurt my damn ribs. Yeah, you shouldn't hurt yourself just vomiting like that, but I did, and that sucks. So then I'm thinking, okay, so I've hurt my ribs before. I've done all kind of stupid shit to my body. Spraying like this, I just take it easy, relax for a day. Maybe don't lift the baby or anything. Try not to laugh. Don't smoke so much weed so I won't cough up my lung. Oh, it's been like over a week, and I still can't freaking raise my arm. It's ridiculous. It's just, I'm angry that my body doesn't snap back like it used to. So then, today we go out to the garden. My wife's like, "Let's go plant these seeds. It's time." I'm like, "Let's do that. That's why we live here in the country, so we can grow our garden." We go outside and we see that the garden beds aren't up to par. They've sat out all winter. They're a bit saggy. They need some repair. I need to put some posts up. I'm like, "Okay, not a problem. It's 10 minutes worth of work." I see my old hatchet. I went and got my hatchet from grandma's house. I ain't seen that thing in years, since before I went to school and moved out west and got a job in an office back when I used to, do shit in the dirt. And I grabbed that hatchet and I'm like, all right, I can take this hatchet. It's going to take me 5 minutes to go collect a tree and trim that tree down and make a couple of posts for my garden bed. And boy, howdy, it did not take 5 minutes. Oh my God, I've got a blister on my hand. I don't remember the last time I had a blister like this, but one little tree with the freaking hatchet, and I got a blister on my hand. Cutting, I had to constantly take breaks and stop. I'm like, oh, I got one post done. Let me go over here and drink a little bit of water. I put in 6 posts. It took me like 2 hours, and that's it. I can't do anything anymore. I can't even be mad. I'm so freaking tired just from doing that little bit of shit.
Crazy. That's crazy. I think about all the shit you used to do when you was younger. You can't do this
Yeah,
shit no more.
that same hatchet that's got all those dents and cracks and bruises and everything on it, I put every one of those damn dents and scratches and cracks and bruises on that hatchet. And I remember a time where I would get up in the morning, go out into the woods with that hatchet, and by the end of the day, I could have some shelter. But today, I was winded just trying to shore up my damn garden beds. I'm old. I'm angry about it. I shouldn't have to. It shouldn't be that hard.
I remember when I used to be able to move people out of their house, throw a refrigerator on my back, go up 3 flights of stairs. The shit is crazy, man. Now, if I drop something, it just belongs to the floor now.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess this is what's happening. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Fucking horrible. Age catches your ass. Age will catch up to you, and it'll be something that you don't even think about. Like we were talking about earlier, like being able to remember your phone number. I remember my phone number from childhood, but I
Yeah,
can't remember
because
what I had for breakfast yesterday.
well, we knew our phone number from time. Well, I know my family phone number because I remember dialing it like 100 times.
Uh,
You sitting in a holding cell trying to get contact with someone back home.
right.
You only got one number. You calling, you dialing that same damn number over and over again. You are never gonna forget that number. That is an important damn number. But
I think that what makes getting old is you're wiser, so you know more, but your body doesn't work with you. I think if it wasn't for children, we'd be fucking screwed. Because now my children can be my hands when I need them to do some shit.
Yeah.
Because y'all was doing that in the garden, my wife was inspired to ask me to do some shit.
Sorry, I
So I'd
didn't
like
mean
to
to get
thank
nothing
you,
started
Violence. I'd like to thank you, Violence, for your contribution to my household.
with a
So
little
she
bit of
asked me to do
violence.
shit. She was like, it must be nice. Violence does this stuff for his wife, but she needs him to do something. And I was like, that is fucking awesome for Violence. I can appreciate that shit. And she was like, well, why? Well, I mean, I wish I could get so much done if I had somebody helping. My whole thing is that, hey, I don't ever ask my wife to pick up a controller and kill a boss for me. I have a hobby.
Yeah.
She had a hobby too. I don't want a fucking garden. You go sit in that fucking garden. I don't want to do that shit. And
Yeah.
it's not just because I'm not interested in what it takes to do. I think it fascinates the fuck out of me every time she talks about it and stuff that she does and how she knows what season is for what and what grows when. That shit is beautiful to me. But a lot of that shit is, like I said, if I drop some shit on the floor, it belongs there. I can't fucking get on the. You just throw a blanket over me because I'm fucking dead. If I gotta get on the floor to dig a hole for some shit, so this is the problem. She was in there digging her garden. Her and the girls were out there digging in the garden, and they came across a mysterious pipe that's in the ground. And she's asking me questions, and I'm like, I don't look like a fucking pipe to me. I don't know what you want me to
I've,
do about that. I'm
I've
not
heard
digging
about the
around no
pipe.
pipe. Yeah, I'm not digging around no pipe. I'm not doing none of that shit. You go ahead, tell your daughter, and maybe if she do it with the right kind of face, she could get fucking Uncle Violence to come over here and figure out what the fuck to do with this pipe. I'm not fucking doing it, bro.
Oh, ain't nobody asked me, and that's okay. I don't mind not being asked. Because, no, see, I don't want anybody thinking I'm some kind of fucking saint or a good guy or nothing. Don't get me wrong. The only reason why I did the stuff that I did today is because I was looking at my old hatchet. And my wife's like, can you help? And I'm like, man, I don't want to do none of this shit. I want to go inside and watch some TV until it's time for me to do my stupid radio show. But, so, but then I was looking at my hatchet and I'm like, I could go take that into the woods and cut up some trees and then hammer them trees into the ground. That sounds like that'd be kind of fun. So that's kind of why I did that, because it was fun. I mean, it is nice to just, like, I don't know, did you see the chicken coop when I built the chicken coop?
Mm-mm.
No, man, that thing was a fortress. That was, but like when you just take something out of nothing, do some
It makes
dumb
up.
stuff, and you make
Mm,
something that's really useful, you just go out and you go out into what you got in your yard and you put together something, and it's nice, man. It just feels good.
I feel you.
And I used to be able to just do that. I used to be able to just what I could do with a Boy Scout knife. You know what I mean? But now I can't even tie knots. I'm like, man, my fingers is aren't meant for this. I just can't do it anymore. I need to teach my son to tie my knots for me, but he's still
Mm.
young yet. He got a little. I mean, he's a big kid. He probably could have hammered them stakes in today if I'd have let him have that axe. But
Like a young Clark Kent, just smash him into the ground.
yep, just bang. God,
Oh man.
that kid is a giant. I love it when we take him out in the public and other people are like, "How old is he?" And we say, and they're like, "Oh, wow." And well, when he towers over, those,
Mm-hmm.
we took him to a toy store. It's just one of those ones where they have the toys out all over. We took him to the toy store and let him go in there, and he was just towering over the kids at the train station that he wanted to play with, and all of them were just like giving it up. They were, just, "Oh yeah, you whatever the hell you want."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love that. I'm proud of that boy. But yeah, he's not quite ready to be tying knots or using the hatchet just yet, or shaving, posts down to size and stuff. So I gotta teach him. But man, this is hard. Like I can't just swing a hammer all day. My hands just don't work like that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just hurts. I can't. I can't just make a fist for 2 hours even. That's just sad. That should not happen to you.
I looked up.
Getting this started today. Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
my old blood-eyed ass. How hard was it?
I used, like I said, I used to be the IT guy in my family. People used to come to me, hey, look, I need to do something on my phone. Could you just say blah blah? Look, my laptop is, dude. But this shit that was maybe 10 years ago. Now I'm fucking lost. I haven't had to deal with a laptop or a desktop in so long. We do everything on our fucking phones now. So trying to operate a desktop to do the proper setup for this podcast is insane, man. Like I'll get to it. I'll figure it out. But man, my fucking
Well, we
fingers
did.
don't even work no more.
We did figure it out. I mean, we're doing
Yeah,
it. It's just it shouldn't have been that hard.
it
It's,
shouldn't have been. It should have been.
but we do get spoiled with our phone. Like that's the reason why we don't know any phone numbers. That's the reason why because we just say, "Hey Siri, will you connect me to this?" And she's like, "Oh yes, sir." And
Mm-hmm.
hey Siri, call Mama. Oh yes, sir. You don't have to know
Mm-hmm.
Grandma's number anymore, but God forbid anything ever happened to my phone and I'm stuck out somewhere. Like if you just dropped me in like Kansas without my phone, I'd be screwed. I mean, I would just have to build some shelter right the fuck there and just sit and hope somebody finds me. I wouldn't know what the hell how to get back. Wouldn't know how to call anybody or figure nothing. I couldn't even figure out how to log into my Facebook because I don't know none of the passwords or anything, so I couldn't even send a message that way. I wouldn't know what to do. I guess I
This
could
is.
send a letter. I know how
You
to
remember
send
the
a
format of
letter.
a letter? The format they taught you in school?
I can mail a letter. I know my home address. I can
Mm-mm-mm.
send my. I'd be like, wife, I have been kidnapped and deposited in the middle of Kansas.
Dear Margaret, have you? It's been 4 weeks since last we spoke. I can't fucking. I can't. I think that's a testament to how spoiled we become. I mean, it shows how the like a month ago maybe or 2 months ago there was like a snow thing going on, and yo, if your power goes out at this point, it's not even about keeping warm or keeping the food in your refrigerator from going bad. The shit is about lack of entertainment, son. Everything we do is online. My PlayStation is online, which I access the internet to, all of the YouTube videos, movies, everything. Your phone, your Wi-Fi go off. Fuck that. Forget about it. If your phone dies, forget about it. We are Little House on the Prairie, man. If some shit happens, because
Oh
we're so
no,
dependent on the shit.
no, I'm ready for this. If something happened, I've still got my collection of Little House on the Prairie books. I could fucking
Oh
read,
my,
man. I
oh my
have
god.
got books for days. Shit, I just got a new book in the day that I've got to read real quick and write a review for. So that's like, if I can stay awake any longer, that will be my project for this evening is to start reading that book. So I've got books to entertain myself and I've got games and toys. So I will be just fine. I just can't talk to nobody. Like that's my only communication. Like I do like because we don't go out. We barely go anywhere. We just finally got the baby to put a mask on so we could take him to the store.
Mm.
So we haven't even really been going out doing anything, because of that. So
I'm
that's
glad
the
you brought that up.
yeah. I was
I'm
about
about
to
to.
say that's the next thing that I'm fucking mad about. I'm pissed about is COVID. I don't even know what to say. Like, I've been hesitant to even say anything about it on here because I know that if you put anything online and you talk about this, somebody wants to put a disclaimer on there. And if you say anything that somebody doesn't fucking agree with, now all of a sudden you spread a misinformation and they want to fucking talk all kind of shit about you, whatever, and throw you under the fucking bus or whatever. But I can tell you this: I'm not a doctor. I don't fucking know what's real and what's not real. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's good and what's not good. All I know is what I've been through, what I've seen, and what I'm fucking doing. Okay. Now, I can tell you, we got fucking sick with this shit before anybody even knew what this shit was that people were fucking getting sick with.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we weren't the only ones who were sick with it because we were in a fucking hospital full of people fucking sick with it. And my wife was pregnant with a baby. And we lost that baby while she got sick with that shit. and I almost lost her. And they didn't know how to fucking handle it. They didn't know how to handle what the hell was going on. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was on the fucking other side of the country away from every fucking buddy that I knew. I was all alone with a fucking little bitty baby and my wife fucking dying and I'm fucking sick and everybody around me is fucking getting sick. Okay? So I know that shit's fucking serious. And I fucking took it seriously from the very fucking beginning. So I didn't give a fuck. When they said go stay inside your house, we stayed inside our house. Fuck you, I do not care. We got shit to live in. And in the beginning, when I didn't know and I was fucking scared, I sanitized everything before it came in the house. I didn't give a
Yep.
fuck. You brought me a sandwich, I'm spraying the fucking air before you opened the damn door, you contaminated fuck. I just expected everybody I met to be a fucking vector of disease. And that's how I treated everybody. And I may have been over paranoid, and I may still be a bit paranoid, but I don't care. I don't go out without my mask. I'm doing the hand sanitizer thing. I don't go out when I don't have to. I like that I live in a small town, and I can go to places when there's not many people there. And if I'm going down the aisle and there's too many people on the aisle, I go to another fucking aisle. I don't care.
Yeah.
And and I get it. Not everybody's as paranoid as me. Not everybody cares as me. Everybody's got their own opinion on shit. And I'm not getting mad at anybody for what the fuck they think. But you know what? Just do what the fuck you gotta do while you're out in fucking public and stop being a pain in the ass about it. You see me and mine wearing a fucking mask and I'm trying to avoid you. Don't make it a fucking point to get in my fucking face and give me fucking grief. Who the fuck are you? How the fuck is that? Talking about, oh, well, your freedoms and this and that. Motherfucker, fuck you and your freedom. I got the freedom to fucking be over here away from you. What the, even if there wasn't a fucking plague, I just don't like showing my ugly ass in public. How about that? Fuck you. Baby, I'm trying to avoid fucking face detection. Fuck you. Whatever the fuck I'm doing, fuck you. Freedom of speech, how about that? Fuck you. Leave me the fuck alone. Just don't make this shit fucking hard on me, man. Just fucking keep it to yourself. And if more people would have just at least done the bare fucking minimum, maybe this shit would be over.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm tired of all the fucking lies I hear. I go online, oh, you take the vaccine, it'll give you AIDS, it'll turn you gay, it'll make you fucking a reptile. I mean, people just believe the stupidest fucking, this, I can't, I don't, I'm too tired to stop screaming and shouting. But man, I don't even understand where people get these fucking thoughts from. I mean, we've eradicated how many diseases with vaccines so far? We've done so much good with vaccines so far. And I get why people don't trust the pharmacy, don't trust the government and all that. Why you don't want to trust Big Pharma. I'm suspicious of a lot of shit too. It shouldn't cost that fucking much for a person to get their goddamn insulin. I shouldn't have to have 4 or 5 visits to a fucking doctor before I can fucking see a specialist. You know, anytime you go into the doctor's office, it shouldn't be, well, before we address your broken finger, we need to address your weight problem. And now that we have, we're going to have a second visit and I'm going to charge you again. Like, this is just fucking,
Yep.
there's all different kind of reasons why we don't trust the fucking pharmacies and Big Pharma. And especially as a black person, I know my fucking history. I know that them motherfuckers, they'll be like, oh, there's a black population. Let's give them some syphilis and see how fucking long it takes for them to rot their fucking brains. So I get why they're worried that we would be a fucking guinea pig. I mean, we all know the story of Henrietta Lacks, okay? So I get it. But come the fuck on. They're giving the same shit to all the rich white people. Everybody fucking taking it. And anybody who's like, oh, well, my heroes aren't taking it. Yeah, they fucking did. The fucking
Yeah.
president took it. Fucking
Yep.
everybody at the fucking Fox Entertainment company fucking took it, you know?
Yeah.
I've known more people that have taken it than have not taken it. None of them have had any fucking problems. But I can tell you what, everybody I've known who hasn't had fucking been vaccinated has got some kind of horror story somewhere in that fucking line.
It, it's a crazy idea that everybody knows somebody who has had COVID. If you haven't had COVID, you know somebody that has, or someone that's been affected by it. And whether it's directly or not, whether their grandfather got sick and died, or they've just got the shit and they're just dealing with it. But yet, this is what my problem is. I don't understand if the issue is that they don't believe COVID exists, or if they don't believe that it's as much of a detriment as it is. But none of that should even matter, because why does it make a difference to you whether or not I have a mask on? I can acknowledge that I can't make nobody put a mask on, man. But if I have a mask on, what gives you the right to fuck with me because I got a mask on? Like, how is what I watched this lady go on this tyrant on a bus, and it was in Canada. And she went on this rage. She was sitting in the front of the bus, and she was mad at people that was sitting in the bus that had masks on. And she was like, "Y'all believe anything you're told? Y'all just gonna be gullible and listen to the system, and y'all believe anything you're told." And she kept saying that. And now I'm yelling at the screen. She can't hear me, of course. But I'm like, so then, how does that set me aside from you? Doesn't that mean that you're listening to everything you heard too? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
But the only difference is that if I listen to you and I take my mask off, I can get COVID and possibly get sick and die, or give it to someone that get sick or die. But if you listen to me, all you had to do is put a mask on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what harm does it come from wearing a mask? My daughters take dance. They are in a dance class where twice a week they go to dance to learn ballet and classical dance, and they wear masks. Like the shit, the real deal, like the N95, the fucking trying to breathe through a quilt,
Yeah.
and they fucking dance wearing these fucking masks.
Yeah.
So when people are like, "Oh, you can't," no, it's not. Do you know what an inconvenience that is? But because they want to do something, they're going to wear the fucking mask. Why is that a problem for people? I don't have a problem. This is it. You're in a society. You're not by yourself.
Exactly.
So your job as being in the society is being a part of that society. And being part of that society means keeping each other safe, whether you want to or not. That's what you do. So you put a fucking mask on to be inconvenient for a few hours while you're in a store or at work, and then you don't. Now, whether they work or not, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I just know when I was in New York, there was the dude just sitting on the milk crates and be outside talking on the corners like a Harlem and shit. And
Uh-huh.
I can't remember the guy's name, but it was some shit I'll never forget. He was talking about something called sound right reasoning. If the shit sound right to you, listen to it. If it don't. Just use your brain. Critical thought. If if I'm talking and I know there's a chance of particles falling out of my mouth, whether I put a plastic bag over my face or a napkin, anything will prevent that from going further than not doing that.
Yeah.
So no, it doesn't have to do with your oxygen level or we're all gonna get it. Cause I think the shit is airborne and we're all gonna fucking get it. And the more it morphs and changes into new shit, it's just eventually this shit will just be the flu. Now it may not be there now. Not like that matters because the flu's still killing fucking people today.
Yeah.
But at some point, we are just gonna evolve past the shit, or it'll get to the point to where it's okay. I don't think this shit is an Earth ender. I don't think there's gonna be the end of the shit. It's not gonna cause a zombie apocalypse. But if I could keep my old ass from dying, or keep my kids from dying, or my aunt getting sick, or why would I not just wear a fucking mask? Why y'all being difficult, bro? Like, I get it. It's for rights. Like, yeah, it's a right. I have a right to. All right, cool. You don't have to wear the shit, but I have a right too. Your rights end at me.
Yeah.
I,
Well,
I, I have rights too, motherfucker.
how many other
Man,
stupid shit do we fucking deal with? Shoes and shirt required. What kind of bullshit is that?
right.
I'm a barefoot fucking hippie. You mean that I can't go in there and get some chips because you don't want my stinky foot sweat all over your fucking floors? Well,
Right.
have you been to the beach? Get this shit. You go to the beach and they got these fucking signs on the door and say no sweaty boob money. What the fuck is that? Tell me you don't want my how the fuck is my sweaty boob money is just as good as anybody else's? But those are fucking signs that you'll obey. Those all fucking make sense to you. That's some shit that you'll fucking do.
How
Fucking,
dare you? How dare you
but
tell me I gotta wear a seatbelt? How dare you
yeah,
tell me I gotta fucking that I can't just walk with my dick out down the street? How
I
dare you
know,
tell me I just can't do these things that we all fucking do?
I have a right to just be naked in coals. So it's just. It just boggles my mind. They do it to just fucking be difficult, to be fucking obstinate, like they want this shit to fucking keep going. I swear to God, it's like from the very beginning. It's like they're just pushing it, like they're testing it. I don't I
Have you
don't
seen
know.
Have you seen the dumbest shit lately? The shit with with the DeSantos dude, where he was doing the class shit. You see the shit? The nigga walked he was doing some speech at some school or whatever, talking to some people. And when he walked in, the kids was lined up behind the podium that he was going to stand up at. And they had masks on. He made a conscious decision to tell these kids, man, I'm so tired of this politicizing the mask. Take those masks off. You know, take them off. And some of the kids did it. Some of them didn't. But a lot of the kids took their mask off. What the fuck? What? Why? Why did you do that? Why did you yell at these kids and make them feel bad about the shit when they are minors? First of all, I wish I would tell my kids some shit and then somebody else tell them some shit and they do what the fuck somebody else said.
I know, because mayor or not, or governor or not,
Right.
motherfucker be catching some hands.
Right. I'm like, so I told them something. Hey, I take that condom off. Condoms are stupid. We don't need that. Don't wear no fucking condoms. No, it's stupid. I'm tired of politicizing condoms. What, nigga? What the fuck are you politicizing seatbelts? Fuck that shit. You don't need to wear no fucking seatbelts. That's stupid. He's an idiot, yo. He's an idiot.
He's trying to ensure that Republicans continue to have voters.
But you know that's stupid. You know why that's stupid? Because I don't vote, but I'm a Democrat. I'm liberal. As far as I'm concerned, majority of the time, if I did vote, that's what it would be. But I wear a mask. I get the vaccination. The fucking people that you're telling not to get vaccinated and not to wear masks are the niggas that vote for you. You're gonna kill them. You're killing your constituents. Why?
I think that finally got under Trump, and he was like, "Oh, maybe I'm going to lose too many fucking voters." That's why he turned around. He was like, "Maybe you should get the vaccine. It's not that bad. I made it. Well, Operation Warp Speed. It's my drug." and they're like, "Nah, you done fucking sold out to the deep state." And
you turned on them.
Yeah, because they're fucking crazy. This is the hill that they want to die on. And I get it too, because a lot of the times in the beginning I was like, yeah, haha, we're just losing the Republicans and the pull-headed, big-headed, pig-headed or whatever. But, you know, it's affecting everybody, and it just keeps on going. I'm just sick of being in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of raising my kid like this. Like, he wants to be around other kids. It was so nice the other day when we took him to the toy store and he got a chance to just fucking be in a toy store. Like, he hasn't had that. Like, he was born and, you know, before he was a year old, shit just went fucking south, you know?
Yeah.
So,
that's what I think about that bothers me. Because, okay, so I'm Generation X. My wife is, I guess, what you would call a millennial.
yeah.
And then there's Generation Z, which is my oldest child. She'll be 13 soon. I guess that's Generation Z, or maybe a little bit older than that. But this batch, like my youngest daughter is 4, your child is younger than that. They are COVID babies. That's what the fuck they are. They have no understanding. My daughter, up until Donald Trump, never had a white president. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that was a week. Up until she was 8, she never fucking had a white president. She was like, well, yeah. So when I say, yeah, Obama was the first black president, she has no significant value in that statement. She doesn't give a fuck. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. All my presidents have always been black. Right. So, but these COVID children, my youngest daughter, who has to stay inside because motherfucker won't put mask on, and they let this shit stretch out for almost 4 fucking years now, she doesn't know she's supposed to be social. She's weird when she gets around people because she's like, "Don't touch me." She doesn't know how to interact with people. She can't develop social skills correctly. Mommy and daddy's her best friend. Her sister's her best friend. She don't know people. So this is how they're gonna grow up. I don't know how this is gonna affect them socially once this shit simmers down, if it ever does. Because I think I'm gonna just wear a fucking mask for the rest of my life at this point, whether this shit's going or not.
Yeah, that's my thing. Right? I was talking to my wife the other day. I'm like, this is it now. This is just my new life.
Yeah. I just wish that we can always keep that whole like, niggas COVID. I can't really do nothing. Sorry about that. We're not going to the movies, nigga. It's COVID.
Yeah, eventually that's gonna end, and it's gonna be like, fuck, you're throwing a barbecue.
Oh, 4th
of July. Oh man.
You can't use this shit as an excuse forever.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. That's what I'm worried about.
You know, it's fucking stupid. I still have family members that have not met my son because they will not get vaccinated, and I won't have
Yeah.
them around. And they think it's stupid, and I'm like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to talk. Fucking Zoom me. I don't give a fuck. And you're only like 2 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not that fucking far. We could meet in the middle somewhere if you would just go get a goddamn jab.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
and some of these motherfuckers, I know, done some shady shit. It's like, mother, you have smoked meth cooked in the back of a fucking moving van, and you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna
But
tell me you don't trust what they put in this fucking vaccine? How the
amen, brother.
fuck you
Preach.
gonna tell me that bullshit? Mm-mm. So you go ahead and keep your viral ass over there. We don't need to get together. When this is all over, you know, maybe, if you make it through. Fucking no. You're not doing anything to protect yourself. You're out there acting a fool. I mean, your family, I love you, but if you die, you die. I'm not, I'll go to your virtual funeral
I see you on Zoom, motherfucker.
because I'm not going to go stand around there with everybody like you weeping and snotting all over the
Mm-hmm.
place. "Ah, I'm so sad. Here's a tissue." Ah, you know, fuck. No. Yeah, all of it. Could you imagine going to a funeral, bunch of half vaccinated, fucking coughing COVID all over the damn buffet, slobbering on each other?
I'll pay my respects when y'all niggas leave. I'll be outside.
Yeah.
But
This,
I feel the same way about the family thing. I'm going to try to stay as generic in my statements as possible because I feel like love is sacrifice. You make sacrifices when you say you love somebody. You make sacrifices for that person. And I feel like asking you to take a vaccination or putting a mask on is not as much of a sacrifice as y'all are fucking acting like it is, man.
yeah.
So, when my children can't see certain people, and again, I have no problem with that shit. But just know that I don't hide shit from my fucking kids. So when they get older, and some of them are old enough now to understand, but when they get older and they be like, hey, remember that long chunk of time where we didn't see so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? Yeah, I remember that. That was when they didn't want to fucking put a mask on. That's when they didn't want to get a shot. They've had vaccinations when they were children, but
Yeah.
for some particular reason, they don't want this vaccination. They get a fucking flu shot every year, but for some reason, they don't want to. Their love didn't make them want to do that so that they can see you because they knew that was a requirement in order to see you set by your parents because we give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
My thing is that I got a shot and I wear a mask and I do all that shit because I can't stand the idea of someone that I love dying or almost dying or having to be hospitalized because I chose not to do that. Now, whether they can prove it came from me or not, I don't want to have to be that person in a firing squad. You know, if there's a firing squad and
Yeah.
10 motherfuckers shooting, there's only 9 bullets because they want to give the idea that maybe
Maybe I
I'm
didn't
not
do it.
right. I don't want to fucking play that game with nobody's life, bro. So if I love you and I care about you, then I'm gonna do the fuck I gotta do to keep you on this planet, bro. So when people don't want to do that, don't fucking tell me that you care, man. Don't act like. Don't be on Instagram and Facebook and shit talking shit when it could be rectified, nigga. You just show the fuck up, bro, and do what you gotta do. And I don't know what the problem is. Like I said, I'm trying to stay generic on this shit,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
get
just
it.
like,
And
but
it's
I'm
like
like,
and it's like this is the hill that you're willing to die on, like for your family. Like this doesn't make sense. And who is it you doing it for? Are you doing it for you? Do you seriously think that there's a danger? Or are you doing it for your friends who
right.
keep trying to tell you that there's a danger? Are you doing it just because you want to be obtuse? Like you just have to go against the system? Like if you tell me I gotta do something, I'm not gonna do it. Like is that why you insist on drinking and driving all the fucking time? Like, I
I've
just
heard
don't.
that excuse. I've heard that excuse. That well, they told me I gotta do it, so I ain't gonna do it. Are you openly saying you're a fucking moron? Are you
Yeah,
openly saying that?
that's
Yo,
exactly what that
they told me
statement
this shit's
is.
hot and not to touch it. So I'm gonna do it because they told me not to. I'm gonna let you know that I'm not fucking stupid. That I'm gonna put myself in danger and at risk and everybody else simply because I'm my own man and I don't have to listen to you. So I'm gonna swallow this cyanide because you told me not to. Fuck you. I'm my own man.
Yep, those are the motherfuckers got green paint on their hand because they don't believe the paint wet sign, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, motherfuckers. And then, alright, so this is the last thing I want to be angry about before I go take my old ass to go take a nap. Fucking, have you heard what's going on? Like, where is that? Russia and Ukraine,
Yep.
whatever? There's
Mm-hmm.
some shit going on over there. That's That's fucking crazy. So, like, for the last 2 weeks, the only things I've seen in the media is Ukraine and COVID,
Yeah.
and I'm about tired of that. I want to talk about what's going on over there. I just feel like everything I say is gonna sound racist and horrible.
Well, if you walk in the door with that concept, if you think that at the door, maybe we should talk about cookies or some shit.
But cookies make me happy, and this isn't two happy niggas. This is two angry black men. I just want to say, okay, so I'm watching this tragedy unfold, and first off, I found out most of everything I'm seeing is on fucking TikTok. I ain't even looking at the news in the beginning because the news wasn't showing me what TikTok was. TikTok had that shit right from the jump. So then eventually though, the news pick up and you want to watch the news and you turn on the news and the news is like, have you seen what these horrible terrorists are doing to these civilized white people? We can't just be having these monsters go and bomb civilized white people. We have never seen any kind of atrocities like this where some superpower decided that they're just going to go bully some people over some oil or gas, whatever the fuck it is that Russia's poking Ukraine around for. But because it's white people, I'm hearing about it everywhere, all day, every day, constantly. But you know, there's war all over the place. America's pretty good at bombing some motherfuckers. We're pretty good at being some aggressors and wanting to take over some shit and toppling regimes and using propaganda or whatever to further our
Yeah.
fucking ideas. But the media seems to be really upset that it's happening to fucking white people.
Yeah. How
So that
dare
kind
them?
of that kind of pisses me off. You know, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I'm mad that Russia's attacking Ukraine. I think that's kind of fucked up. I mean, like, if I was gonna go visit over in that area, I probably would want to hang out in Ukraine, but maybe not so much Russia because I think Russia's maybe a little bit crazy. But you know, it's tragedy on par with what the fuck happens in the Middle East or African countries or anywhere with this fucking brown people. But there's no media coverage. Like, I don't know what the fucking presidents or dictator, whoever the fuck is in charge of Syria is fucking thinking all the time. I don't see anybody fucking lusting after the fucking president of Liberia when they were getting fucking raided and nothing. You know? I don't fucking know about any of those other countries that are getting anything going on over there, but I know absolutely everything there is to know about Ukraine. Shit, I seen so much fucking Ukraine coverage. I'm starting to speak Ukrainian.
Son. Okay, so you wrote the war. If that makes you angry, have you seen the shit about the Africans that are the African students that are there from different portions of Africa? And when they started getting people out of the Ukraine, they was stopping the black people from getting out. Have you seen this shit?
I have seen this shit, and I'm going to tell you why I'm angry about it, and I'm not angry for the same reason you are. You're angry because you think there's some racism going on. I'm angry because people don't fucking report the truth and don't find out the whole story before they start shouting their fucking mouth off. So
Okay.
the thing is, those people were trying to get to someplace, and they were trying to get there with a group of people. Now I know that there's some shit that was said and there's some horrible things that were said, but horrible things were being said to everybody because everybody was stressed out because there's fucking bombs going off and they're trying to get the fuck out of there. But they were trying to get a whole group of these people from one country to go to wherever their consulate was because they had plane tickets. I've heard the whole story. They had plane tickets for them to go to their home country. They were trying to get them to go to the right place. They were trying to get on trains going to some place where these fucking Ukrainian people were going. Now, if they were fucking Ukrainian going with the same Ukrainian people, they'd have got the same treatment. But they were African people going to this African country, so they were getting treated differently. They were getting told to go somewhere else. And if you'd have heard all the different people and all the different people that were talking, you'd have heard that there were plenty of people that were saying, no, they were doing the right thing and trying to get us in the right place. So there was communication errors. There was a little bit of drama because the bombs are going off. And I'm not saying that there's not racism because there's racism everywhere, but I'm saying that it was blown out of proportion and made the situation look bad. And it's just one of those things. I get it. I've done it. I fucking called people racist when they weren't fucking being racist. Like you hear a white guy in Walmart say "you people" and you start having a fucking heart attack. And then you turn around and you see that his black wife's coming over and saying, "What are you yelling at those people for?" And because those people over there were doing fucking something stupid. And it's like, oh, he's not racist. He's talking about us fucking group right here. These people. But we heard you people and we fucking took it all the way to the fucking moon because I've heard you people so many fucking times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like sometimes shit's this shit. Sometimes war's this war. Sometimes motherfuckers say horrible things to motherfuckers because they saying horrible things to motherfuckers. And it makes me mad when shit like that gets pointed out because then it's like, oh, well, when there's some real shit happening, people are going to be like, yeah, bro, you fucking Chicken Little it already.
Okay, now, I get what you're saying, but this specific instance, they showed a group of students who were denied access to the buses and trains out. And then when they spoke to the young man, because that's how old I am now, everybody's a young man.
Yeah,
when they spoke to the dude, he said they told him he wasn't leaving. And then they said, you're not going anywhere, you're going to stay here. Matter of fact, we're going to put a gun in your hand and you're going to fight for us. This is what he told these niggas, is that y'all going to fight for us. They were students and they wasn't supposed to, they was just trying to get the fuck out of there. I'm not familiar with the situation you're referring to. I just know the situation that I was watching. Okay, so it was I didn't catch the young man's name. It was a heavyset black dude. And he was told by the niggas that was standing there preventing him from going, yo, y'all gonna stay here. It was a flock of niggas. And he told them, we're gonna put guns in your hands, y'all gonna fight for Ukraine. The nigga was like, I'm a fucking student here. I don't live here. I'm not Ukrainian. Why the fuck would I fight for your country? I mean, why would I? I'm trying to get the fuck out of here so I can leave, and they wouldn't let them leave. Now, at the moment, the guys wasn't standing there with guns in their hand. He was relaying to us what the guards said to him. The niggas who was in charge of getting people on the shit, they were stopping them like motherfuckers at the club. Like, no, man, no t-shirts. You can't come in here. And told them that now that there's after they, like when you strain some shit, after you done got all the milk out, and it's just pepper sitting in the bottom of the shit, he was like, well, we're gonna put some guns in you niggas' hands, and y'all gonna stay here and fight. I'm not fucking fighting. And I'm like, so I get what you're saying. That's true. I'm a big fan of, let me rephrase that. I don't like when people use the black card unnecessarily. I feel like the shit may be thrown around too much. Like, yo, you be a racist, son. That wasn't racist. You're a dumbass. He called you dumbass. Not because you black, but because you were doing some dumbass shit. So I get that. But in this particular instance,
well, it sounds like in that particular story, that did sound a little racist. And I'm not, like I said, I heard some racist shit. Like I heard this one person say that they were told not to let any black people on the train. Yeah. That is straight up fucking racist. That's inexcusable. But the point I'm trying to, the thing that I want to say is I don't feel like it's just like this huge racist humanitarian crisis over there. Like we need to start going over there. Like Black Lives Matter needs to move from U.S. to Ukraine. Like I don't think that that's what's going on over there. I feel like maybe they suffering some shit, but I don't think that needs to be the main focus. And I really feel like, you know, if you're a foreigner in another country and bombs start going off, it don't fucking matter. You just scatter. and you're gonna run into some trouble. There's gonna, I mean, it's a war. There's a war going on. There's gonna be some trouble. They expect horrible shit, but get the fuck out. Like, I'm not hanging around. If I love Italy. Everything about the Italian culture, everything about the Italian history, the language, the art, everything, the food, love it. I want to go to Italy so bad. If I'm over in Italy and something bad fucking happens, I am gone so quick, and I ain't going
I
back.
want Italy.
Cause and they'll be like, "Hey, you look like you can fight." I know that's racist. Hey, you look like you can fight. Come over here, take this gun, and I'll be like, "Ah, fuck you, I'm a running. Fuck that, I'm not fighting. I love you guys, but I'm not fighting for you. So I can't. You can't expect that. I don't care how big a nigga he is. I don't care if he's standing there in camouflage and he's got guns on both shoulders and he's strapped and he's like, I'm not fighting for you. Fine, bye. I don't know what. Really though, I don't know why a lot of the Ukrainians just don't fucking leave. I mean,
from my understanding, like I said, I'm not a scholar on this shit, but from my understanding, the question was to get the women and the children out. The men were staying to fight involuntarily. They was like, "You're gonna defend this country." Now
yeah, they conscripted.
Right, there are women that are still fighting. Like I heard the story about this grandmother who stayed with her son and her grandson. And
Yeah, I've heard the stories.
So I can dig that, but yeah, I'm like,
just brave, and I can commend them and all. But I'm gonna be honest: if Mexico decided that they wanted to fuck up America, I'd be watching from Canada. I don't care. You call me any kind of thing you want to call me. I mean, I'd rather be a live traitor than a dead patriot. Fuck it.
You could be a live lamb or a dead lion.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'll
just go to Canada.
I did want to address what you said earlier about why Putin is attacking. Son, I've been doing my research, and I've been watching videos and reading articles, and even from just being alive in society today. Yo, Putin's just a fucking madman. There's nothing to gain by attacking Ukraine. But that's not what he's doing. Because he's not even, that's not why he's there. So this is from my understanding. We may differ in thought, but he's been talking shit about taking back all the countries that used to be in the USSR. He's trying to reunite the Soviet Union. Right, yeah. He's trying to bring the Soviet Union back together. So he keeps hitting these countries. So from my understanding, it's literally the land. He just wants the fucking area so he can swell Russia. He was trying to build Russia back to the great power it was. So he's just trying to take the land. But I'm like, is that enough reason for you to be doing the shit you're doing? Like, yo, have you seen a fucking map of Russia? Do you need more land, you crazy son of a bitch?
No, okay, but you got to remember this, though. You know, we think about world leaders as being like just regular guys that get elected and they go on to rule the government. This isn't a regular world leader. This is like a super rich dude. This dude's got Jeff Bezos money. This is like the top 1%, like the 1% of the 1% rich. He's super fucking rich. You can't get that kind of money without being fucking crazy. You can't I mean, all right, maybe you can make $1 million without becoming evil, but you know, to be a billionaire, you have had to have done evil shit. You have had to have crushed people, ruined people's lives. You've employed slaves. You've not paid your employees. You've blackmailed governments. I mean, to become that kind of money, every one of them, I don't give a fuck. And let them hear this and hate me. But if you're a billionaire, you're an evil son of a bitch. And you know how I know? Because there are people who could be billionaires, but they're not because they're not fucking evil, like Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah, I love her. Yeah, she do a lot of shit.
Everybody loved Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton can be richer than fucking Crassus, but she not because she's always doing good shit. And we love Dolly Parton. Ain't nobody trying to take her money away. And when the guillotines come out, we're not gonna hurt her. But Bezos and them motherfuckers gotta worry. And he's of that same ilk and of that same mindset. And he's in charge of a fucking military. What do you think would happen if you gave Jeff Bezos or that what's that Elon Musk, them fucking DC Marvel villain motherfuckers? What do you think would happen if you gave them an army? That's why they're trying to go to Mars and shit. It's because they can't form their own country here on Earth. They want to go take over on Mars and just be the super fucking villain there.
Starting from scratch.
Start my own shit with
Oh my
cocaine and
god.
hookers, blackjack, fucking on Mars.
And everybody is. I seen a meme where it was big fish. It was like a big shark of Russia and like a little small fish of Ukraine. And then the next panel was the big shark of Russia and the small fish of Ukraine, and it had all the other countries behind them. And I was like, "Yo, that would be nice if that's what the fuck happened." But that's not what happened.
No.
That's not what happened. What are y'all talking about? Do you think it's at war? They dying, and we sanction them, motherfuckers. We not behind them. We sending them weapons and shit like that. We doing everything other than fucking fighting for them, which is what the fuck we should be doing. But I say that, but I don't want to do that. I
don't want to do that.
That's the right thing to do. But I think Putin doesn't give a fuck. He'll push a button in a minute, and then we are fucking all dead.
Yeah, I don't want nuclear war.
Right, I don't just mean us dead. I mean the world dead. We're just because we would have to retaliate. And it seems like if World War III did break out, China's fucking with them. They're with them.
Yeah.
We may have Britain and all that shit, but you know how many motherfuckers live in China?
All of them.
I'm assuming their soldiers are pretty big. I'm assuming their army is pretty big.
They probably got all of the soldiers. What are you talking about? They got
all
them all.
Soldiers? How many soldiers you got? All of them? All of them? All of them.
So no, we do not want to go against those two people. And I heard some fucking news reporter on Russia, watching Russian news, say, what is the world without Russia? Why would we need a world if we can't have Russia? In other words, saying, like, if there's going to be no more Russia, why not destroy everything, nuke them all? Like, that's the mindset that they have. You don't fuck with those kind of people.
That's crazy.
And if you are going to fuck with them, well, then you just got to do it all out. You can't be pussyfooting around. You can't just go up there and start shooting down a few planes. That's like, you just got to go and just like, well, you all have to die right now, like at the same time.
Yeah.
And just every official, every oligarch, every military installation, all at one time, just knock them all out and just be like, Russia who?
Mm-hmm. I always attribute to hey. What's the line? Hey, you remember me? It's Billy Blanco from the Bronx. Son, I don't know if you ever saw Carlito's Way.
No, I have not.
Spoiler, that's how he got it at the end. Some dude, some young kid, played by John Leguizamo, so Carlito had got out of jail, he was reestablishing himself back as a gangster. He didn't want to do this shit, he's old, but it's all he knew. So, he's trying to do this shit, and some young up-and-coming gangster had a confrontation at some club, I believe he was at, if I remember the movie correctly. And the nigga said he had a choice to make. He could fucking kill this kid, or he could let him go. And when he let him go, he automatically knew he fucked up. And then later on in the movie, when he's getting away, he's getting ready to make it, he's getting on the fucking train, his woman's there, he's gonna make it. Some nigga step out in between him, he's like, hey, Carlito, remember me? Billy Blanco from the Bronx. Blanc. And that's it. It's just that quick. See, nigga, that's what happens. So if you're gonna, just like when you're fighting terrorists, if you're gonna kill a terrorist, you better kill his wife, his kids, his cousins, his nieces, nephews. Don't leave nobody because they're gonna Billy Blanco your ass.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do it. And you can't just wipe out a whole race of people. We stopped doing shit like that a long time ago. We don't.
Well, I'm not saying commit genocide. I don't feel like all the Russian citizens are the problem, but I think that the Russian military is. So you need to, like, anywhere where they have a nuclear base, you need to make sure all of them are inoperable at the same moment. They can't, like, have a chance to fire one. You can't give them a chance. And then after that, I think if you did that, there would be no fight left in them. What the fuck are you gonna do? That's their big threat.
Yeah.
I'll drop a bomb on you.
I'm so confused about what's going on with their military anyway, because from my understanding, half of the motherfuckers don't want to fight, and the other half didn't know they was going to fight. He didn't even tell the military. They thought it was also war.
Yeah,
when they realized that because I keep seeing videos of them talking to the people, they didn't know they was right. They didn't know they was even there to fight them. I'm looking at whole units and companies fucking surrendering. Like we don't want to do this shit. Like first of all, Putin. The one thing Putin is right about is they are the fucking same people.
Yeah.
They are Russians. The Ukrainians are Russians, and the Russians are Ukrainian. These niggas got family in Ukraine that you just told them they gotta go kill these niggas.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's what we keep hearing. They're like, no, my loved ones are there. My family's there. I can't be doing this. So I don't know. I'm hoping that it sorts itself out. I hope that this is just a weird blip in history. I hope that Ukraine defends itself and Putin's just like, all right, I took my shot. I was stupid. Remove these sanctions so we can get back to business and all that. But I didn't want to. I wanted to touch on this before we run out of time. So we did these sanctions and we cut the Russians off from social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is funny. I've heard this story a couple of times now on TikTok. We cut these Russians off of social media. So all these right wing Fox News, all these fucking Twitter feeds that normally are popping thousands retweets, it's live as fuck, all of them are dead. Now the
Mm-hmm.
trending ones are like CNN and fucking liberal media and
Yes, sir.
yeah. So it just it makes me feel good. No, because like I knew that there was like Russian bots out there that are fucking poisoning people's minds, and we all know that Fox is just this disinformation, entertainment, whatever. But it's nice to know that when you actually stop the fucking threat, that this misinformation and this horrible, horrible bullshit just fucking dried right up. So it's fucking obvious that we are not surrounded by as many hateful fucking right wing terrorists as we thought. We are just being totally fucking bombarded by Russia. They are totally trying to destabilize our fucking country, and it is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
They are putting these fucking clowns in office. These politicians are having a fucking voice because of their fucking back these the internet bots, these trolls, whatever, this fucking amplifying their voices. And it's all artificial. We don't feel that way. Maybe America. I mean, I'm not saying America is not fucking racist because I've been seeing that shit my whole fucking life. But maybe we're not all horribly fucking pig-headed, backwards, right-wing terrorist nut jobs.
Maybe.
Maybe it might just be mine and your family. This
Oh
is
yeah, could be.
this you and I talking to each other to dead fucking space, and the one listener we have is a right wing nut job taking fucking notes, trying to figure out how to infiltrate and shut us off.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. I don't even know. I was trying to have a conversation about this shit with my daughter, and I don't know how to have that conversation because you don't want to scare them with shit, but she wants to be informed about what's going on. She wants to know about what's going on with Russia and why are they doing this and why are they doing that and why is our government responding this way. And she wants to know these things, and you don't want to just fucking terrify your fucking kids with it's World War III, the world's coming to an end, they're gonna nuke us all. You don't want to do that shit, but
But we were, I mean, I know that things are bad now, but man, we've had wars all our life.
yeah.
I mean, when we were younger, we had scares that Russia was gonna fucking bomb us. They were putting fucking missiles in Cuba and shit. I mean, there's always been fucking something. And then when they weren't fucking trying to drop bombs on us, they were trying to give us all crack. You know, and then as soon as
Yeah.
that was dried up, they were sending us all to the fucking desert. I mean, before they even flew planes to New York, they were trying to recruit me to send my ass to the desert. If I'd have signed up when I turned 18, like I was going to, that's a story for another podcast why they wouldn't take me. But if I'd have signed up when I was 18, I'd have still gone to war. They'd have fucking sent me, what was that? The Desert Shield or some shit came up
Desert
right
Storm,
after
yeah.
that.
Yeah, Desert
So
Storm.
I mean, there's always something fucking popping off, and there's always something to be fucking scared about. They keep it. It's. I've heard it said 1,000 times, and I'm starting to believe that it's true. That they fucking keep us scared to keep us buying, and to keep us divided, and to keep us from fucking doing anything. Because if we weren't scared and we weren't fucking thinking about all this shit, and we were actually worried about ourselves, we'd be fucking making sure we had a better minimum wage. We'd be making sure that we had health care. We'd be making sure that, our kids are being fucking educated in school, that they weren't being shot at in school. I mean, there was so many other things that we could fucking focus on. But instead, we're all fucking focusing on what's going on in
Keep us
fucking
distracted.
Ukraine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And love the Ukrainian people, don't want anything going wrong for them. But, right now, I can't fucking afford to go to a doctor. And I think that that's a lot more important to me than what the hell is going on over there.
Dude, the other night 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting there in the living room, and I almost had a panic attack because I thought to myself, what if there is no war? What if Russia ain't fucking with Ukraine? What if none of this shit is happening? Have you seen a war with Russia and Ukraine? What if they just doing this? What if just a wag the dog shit? What if they just fucking propaganding the fuck out of us? They got actors doing shit. They got a whole production team making us think there's a fucking war going on, so that they can just do what the fuck they want to do. Like, what if all these niggas are just actors, and which pisses me off because I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I'm just like, what if none of this shit is happening right now? What if niggas in Ukraine are just they just fine, and we just told us that this shit is happening? Can't none of us fucking verify it. I'm not jumping on a plane to go to Ukraine.
I kind of would like to believe that, and it would be nice if that was true. But I feel like the sentiment that you're saying though, is still the same. These guys are actors. None of these fucking men are angry. None of these men want to make war. Nobody's over there. Nobody who's doing any of the fighting wants to do any of this shit. It's these rich sons of bitches who are making them fucking do it.
Yeah.
And they're doing it so they can do what the fuck they're doing it, just like you said. They're distracting us with this so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. This shit, it ain't good for none of the people. It ain't good for us. It ain't good for the Ukrainians. It ain't good for the Russians. We got people mad at fucking Russians. Russians ain't fucking done nothing. Not the average fucking Russian. Not the regular fucking Russian sitting in their house fucking worrying about their potatoes and vodka. You know? They ain't fucking done shit. And you're gonna go, oh, I'm gonna go throw this brick through this Russian-owned shop here in New York City because they've got something to do with fucking Ukraine on the other side of the planet, and I've never fucking been, didn't even fucking know what the fuck Ukraine was before all this fucking started. I thought Ukraine was part of Russia, but now I'm mad at this dude. I'm gonna hit him with a brick. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit, man. It's just. But you're right. It is a distraction. It is a damn game. So they can do what the fuck they want to do. And they can keep on fucking collecting billions of dollars and refusing to give us fucking the basic fucking needs of life. Man, it just doesn't make sense that, a person, like with all the technology we have and everything that we have, a person who works 8 hours a day can't fucking just do what the fuck they want to do. Like one person, really, with all the technology and stuff that we have, one person should be able to like work 4 hours a day and raise a whole fucking family.
Yeah.
But, instead, we're going to watch this war with Russia and try and keep our children from worrying about getting nukes dropped on them. So, well, I don't know, man. If anybody heard anything on here that they liked, they can hit that like and subscribe button. And if we do this again, the internet will let them know. Or you can join our newsletter, and maybe we'll send you an email, or you can send us an email and tell us why you listened, why you don't. Or, I don't know, fucking tell me your favorite chopped barbecue recipe. I don't care.
Why you listen to why you don't?
I'm lonely, and I want someone to send me a letter.
Shit.
We need a sign off. We need to come up with a good sign off.
I'll work on that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go, man. I'll yell at you later.
All right.